everybody. Welcome back.
This is Morning Announcement
with Madison
and Mr. I.
Today is Friday,
January 15th.
Now, if you weren't with us last week, we have some news for you. There's a programming change. Friday shows will be just a little different. Madison, do you want to explain to us?
Yes, of course. So instead of having a normal a normal morning announcement shows, we're going to start doing something called the Friday Feature Interviews, where we'll do an interview with some really cool person.
Cool. Well, who do you have lined up for us this week, Madison?
Jeffro Uitto.
Tell us a little bit about the interview.
This interview was super fun, and I learned a lot. The projects and things that he can do are awesome, and the story is super cool. It's not like all ordinary stories, like he just started doing it when he was an adult. He started way back when he was a little kid.
Yeah, cool. I think he said something like 5 years old or something like that. So
yeah.
Get comfortable, pull up a chair or something, lay back down on your bed and enjoy as Madison interviews Jeffro Uitto today.
Please state your name and where you live.
My name's Jeffro Uitto, and I live in Tokeland, Washington, right down the road from everybody in Westport.
Before I start asking questions about your job, I'd like the Acosta students to know a little bit more about you. Where did you grow up?
I actually grew up here in Tokeland. Moved here when I was about 5 years old.
Do you have any brothers or sisters?
I do. I got 2 brothers and 1 sister. I actually just had met them about 10 years ago.
Did you have any funny or embarrassing stories about something that happened to you in elementary school?
Oh, where do I begin? There's a lot. One that kind of stands out, it was pretty goofy, was out in the playground. I think we were in 3rd or 4th grade, but a good friend, we were wrestling around, and he was swinging his coat around, and the zipper hit me in the eye, and it gave me a big black eye, and everybody thought we got in a big fight, but it was just goofing around, and so that was a goofy one. I had to look like a beat up guy for a while.
When you were younger, what did you want to be?
I always loved creating things, it was just so much fun. It was pretty natural. Just always wanted to work with my hands and build things.
What high school did you go to?
Acosta.
What was your favorite subject in school?
Oh, that would be shop class for sure. I love Mr. McNett. He was just a great friend and an awesome guy. He always let me build and do all kinds of things in there. It was a lot of fun.
Were you involved in any extracurricular activities in high school?
Well, be my friends. We always liked to play music in school. We did a little bit of band class, but we also had bands, and we'd play just loud, crazy music, and it was a lot of fun.
What musical instruments did you play?
I really got into the bass, and then guitar, a little bit of drums, all kinds of stuff. Now I have mandolins, and it's a lot of fun to kind of switch it up.
Can you play something on your bass guitar for me at the end of the show?
I'll try. I actually have it set up, and back of me is my little shop, but every time I get close to it, my connection gets a little funny, and then I'll lose you.
Okay. Did you go to college? If so, where did you go?
The College of Hard Knocks. No, I never did. I got into working and crab fishing and doing jobs around here that are, kind of seasonal jobs, and that's kind of what I got into, and at the same time building and creating and then working on my art and building that up.
Tell us about your family. Are you married?
Yeah, we got 2 daughters. You probably know Timber. She's pretty cool. And then an older daughter, Leah. And then we just had a little boy about 4 months ago, so we got a little baby now.
When and how old were you when you started your career?
I think I remember carving things as young as 5 and 6 years old. I don't know why, but I grown up with my grandma, and she, for some reason, always let me have knives. I don't know what the deal was, but and so I always thought that was a lot of fun, and I'd get to just kind of carve things. Actually, I started carving things that I just wanted to play with. I'd carve little boats and swords and knives, and then I think I was maybe 5 or 6 when I started. I learned that I could actually create things and then trade them to people for other things, and that was a pretty big breakthrough. It was kind of like, wow, what's the limit? The sky's the limit. If you could create anything and then turn it into other things that you might need.
How old were you when you started selling your art?
I think I really started selling stuff maybe, young teenager, 13 or so.
What was the first thing you sold?
Let me think. I used to create these roses. They were all made out of wood shavings, and then they were really neat. So I would build those, and then I would sell them around town at different events, and make them for friends and sell them. And so that was kind of one of the first things I was really able to make a few of, be able to sell.
What did it feel like to have someone pay you for what you created?
It's pretty amazing. It's really exciting that even just the fact that somebody enjoys something that you could build with your hands, and that's a really special feeling. It almost it means more than the money you get. It's really exciting.
How did your career get started?
Like I say, I was always interested in creating as a young kid, and then we had a family friend that was really into doing beautiful furniture, and he would make these really big, beautiful beds out of logs and just really neat pieces. And I thought that was so exciting. I was starting to work with him a little bit when I was younger, maybe, 13, 14. And then I started building these funky, crazy chairs, and just it kind of went off from there. It was a lot of fun.
Did anyone influence you in your work?
Yeah, there's quite a few people, and it doesn't even have to be somebody that does other wood things in sculpting. It's just really special people in my life that were just really positive and a great influence, and just always kind of pushed me to go forward and farther and stretch the ideas. Like there's so much things that are possible. And one thing I did learn is you are way more capable of things that you even realize. You could really do a lot of beautiful things if you put your mind to it and your heart into it, and it's just really special.
Your type of art isn't commonly seen. How did you get the idea to create what you make?
Growing up here on the beach, the pieces are so cool, the driftwood and the roots, and so I always kind of seen shapes and animals in those. And I remember as a really small kid when we first moved here, that road that goes to Raymond, this back way over the mud flats, there'd be these big trees, and they were just so cool, all the roots, but I always thought they looked like dinosaur bones, and it just was really cool.
What are the main steps on making a project?
Well, first it takes, the idea and then the pieces. Sometimes the pieces are what kind of gives you the idea, and then you go kind of mad. You get an idea for a second, and then all of a sudden you're a slave to the idea for months and months, and usually I'll actually get an idea and then save pieces for quite a bit of time, until I have enough to do the project. Sometimes it takes years to get enough material.
How do you get your sculptures to stay together?
Just a lot of little sprinkles of magic in there, and maybe even the help of some screws and some glue.
What piece of art is most famous?
Um, yeah, maybe the big horse. That a lot of people seen that. It was and around the world, and the internet's pretty amazing for that. And so I'd probably have to say that's the one that people really remember, you know.
What was the biggest piece that you've made?
One of the bigger ones is that big humpback whale. It's still down here at my other shop. Maybe I'll see if I can send a photo of that in a little bit. Pretty neat project though. It was really big, and like your question before, I actually had saved pieces for that for about 8 years. The idea was really exciting, and I just kept finding stuff for it, and then eventually had a really good opportunity to do a fun show down in California, and so I finished completing the piece.
What was the most challenging part of that project?
Oh, it'd have to be the weight of the pieces. They were so heavy, and I was working by myself most of the time. So, and then, you know, you got to kind of put stuff together and then see what looks right and be able to stand back. So it was really difficult to get the visual of everything with the pieces being so big.
How far have you traveled to show your work?
You know, I've flown to, Taiwan. I did a big event in a museum in Taiwan. I did some art and a sculpture program in Russia, and all over the United States. That's been a lot of fun.
How do you ship your artwork?
Oh, that's pretty stressful sometimes. You know, I work with a big crating company in up north by Seattle that they build really great crates that are strong. So I'll work with them and be able to get it shipped, you know, through the United States or across the world or wherever, you know.
How much can you sell your artwork for?
That's a good question. You know, one lesson too for all the kiddos out there: when you make some money, you got to keep it to yourself and never tell how much you got. You know.
What is your favorite thing that you've made?
That would probably, like, each project I work on, I feel like it's my favorite thing at the time. You know, I feel like that's what makes me put the energy into making a sculpture really special, is if I feel like that's one of the most important things I've worked on. So they all, and I love the process. I love building and going farther with an idea, because once a piece is done and completed, it's I'm already, my mind is wanting to build other things and work on new ideas, you know.
Can you show me a few things that you have made?
Yeah, I can. I actually, if I move from this spot, I'll lose you on my internet connection here. But I did share a few photos with Wade to maybe you guys could splice them in and then share some of the work.
We'll do a little quick tour here. Here's a big old chair, man. I'm carving this thing out of a big piece of maple. Still under construction, but it's heavy. That's why I got it on these wheels. Here's some other pieces I'm carving. A few little herons for some Christmas prizes. Kind of cool. My friend Jeff carved this for me. He's a really talented carver. And then I'm getting into these really early bicycles. This is so cool. This one's from 1889. Just a beautiful piece. Look at this lamp. So cool. 130 something years old, you know. Pretty neat. And then here's where I keep a lot of my supplies for building sculptures and just kind of waiting for their chance to shine, you know. These are great too. Look at this. High wheel bicycle. This one's neat. This one's a shaft drive. There's no chain on it. Really cool. This is from 1901. I built this last year out of parts I found. And this high wheel is 1884. It's just a neat piece. And then some more old cool bikes and tools and all kinds of fun stuff. Some crazy signs. Big Al, he hooked me up with that. He's awesome. Pretty neat stuff. I love these guys, are super cool. Anyways, I'll show you in here. I'll get set up, but this is kind of fun. This is where I like to jam out and play music. There's my bass stuff. And I'll turn that on in a minute and do another little quick video. But anyways, this is kind of my fun little shop where I'm always tinkering and working on stuff, and super, super fun.
I can share you, I don't know if I got some pieces here. I don't know if you could see anything here. Oh, I got a lot of just crazy wood, and hang on here. And back of me, there's my tree house kind of nest there. That was pretty cool. Where's it at? Let's see if you can see it. Okay, you can kind of see it up there. But you know, I don't have any sculptures out here I could show you without losing my internet connection.
Now, here are some silly questions. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
Definitely. Same with a lot of olives. I love a lot of olives on the pizza.
Old Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or New Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
I'm kind of old school. I like the old one, but I did, you know, Johnny Depp's one of my favorites. So the new one, I did enjoy that quite much.
Red Hot Chili Peppers or Nirvana?
Oh, you're getting tough questions. Oh man, you know, I love them both, to be honest with you.
SpongeBob SquarePants or Tom and Jerry?
Oh, Tom and Jerry. SpongeBob, I think he's pretty cool, and I like the artist that created him, but you know, Tom and Jerry's got a special spot in my heart.
I heard you had long hair growing up. Was your hair just long or did you have a mullet?
Who's telling you this? Is this your mom telling you this stuff?
Maybe.
Oh, that's funny. You know, I did. I had a mullet. I had long hair. I had blue hair one time. That was pretty crazy. And you know, that was a lot of fun. Now I'm almost, I don't have much hair at all left. Oh, hang on, now my hat's messed up. There we go.
Do you have any words of encouragement for elementary school students?
Yeah, I do, definitely. You know, if you really want to do something and really, really want to succeed at something, it takes a lot of work and a lot of energy and a lot of dedication of time, and often doors will close, you know, and ideas won't work, but you always learn things from every time you try something, and then it just kind of adds up. I call it collecting pearls. And so you just keep collecting pearls, and then pretty soon you got a good skill set and you're learning more all the time. So I focus on something if you're really into it, and then, you know, eventually you'll get really good. And they say it takes 10,000 hours to master something, so that's a lot of time.
Is there anything else you'd like to share?
Stay in school, kids.
Thank you for your time today.
Hey, I sure appreciate you.
That was really cool, Madison. What did you think after interviewing him?
I thought that it was a lot of fun and that the thing, like, yeah, I just thought it was super cool.
He seems like a great guy.
Yes, that was a really fun interview. This is Ray J with the pledge.
That's right. We can't have a show without a pledge from Ray J or someone else.
Yeah.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic to which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and with justice for all.
Thanks, Ray J.
Thanks for watching, and I hope everyone enjoys their weekend. For comments, questions, suggestions, or pledge video submissions, here are our email addresses. To contact me, my email is mgarrison@ocosta.org. To contact Olivia, her email is omatting@ocosta.org. And to contact Mr. I, his email is weisminger@ocosta.org.
Well, We hope you enjoy your weekend. And remember, everybody, be a good kid. Do the right thing.
What he said.
Bye.
Bye.
Now this I want to show you is really neat. This bass guitar, a friend of mine made this. His name's Marty Moore. He's in San Diego, but he makes some really, really great guitars. Just kind of a little noodly fun riff. Anyways, I wanted to at least play a little quick riff because my internet connection was bad on our Zoom meeting outside. So, all right, thanks a lot, guys. Bye.